Everybody, how's it going? It's me, Logan, aka Suburban Yinzer. And the title of this video is going to be Fire Mike Tomlin. Okay, short and sweet. This is coming from somebody who is not a big Pittsburgh Steelers fan. Believe it or not, I'm not a Steelers fan. I mean, growing up in Pittsburgh, it's expected that you grow up loving the Steelers, which, I like the Steelers my early lifetime, but my childhood, it was great because I saw the Super Bowl in 2006 and a Super Bowl in 2011, and I saw the prime of the Pittsburgh Steelers in the 21st century. But the past 10 years have been pretty mediocre, in my personal opinion. Ever since 2016, the Steelers have never been the same. And I don't really follow the Steelers that, loyally. Okay, I'm not like 100% loyal, devoted, passionate, diehard. I'm more of a Penguins and Pirates kind of guy. You know what I mean? But I keep up with the Steelers. If you're a Pittsburgher, you know what I mean. It's like it's a cultural tradition to keep up with the Steelers, and I do. But in my personal opinion, Mike Tomlin, let's just get down to the core of it. Mike Tomlin is done in Pittsburgh. The writing's on the wall. Yesterday with the Buffalo Bills, without a doubt. Okay? The Steelers, not just this season, but the past 9 seasons since 2016 have been absolutely mediocre. Okay? And for years, I have been calling for Tomlin to get fired for years. Okay? I'm not just saying that because of the bandwagon. I'm saying that because as somebody who's followed this team for my whole life, off and on, mild and extreme, I can say that, as an amateur fan, I want Mike Tomlin to get fired. Okay? Mike Tomlin, the past 10 years, or just say 9 years, since 2016, everybody has told me, given me backlash, and just completely screamed at me and said, well, he has winning records. He has winning records, Logan. Winning record every season. Yeah, but what about the playoffs? What about the Super Bowl? In my personal opinion, I thought that the whole objective was to get to a Super Bowl and win a Super Bowl. I thought that was the whole objective of playing in a sport, regardless. The championship, the pinnacle, the top of the charts. You know what I mean? Like, for example, let's compare it to the Penguins and the Pirates. The Penguins' ultimate goal is to win the Stanley Cup. The Pirates' ultimate goal is to win the World Series, right? The Pirates, sadly, since 1979, but regardless, we all know that story. But when it comes to the Steelers, it's honestly like they're going down the same road as the Pirates. And many people are going to say, well, Logan, that's ridiculous. How can you even compare the Steelers to the Pirates? Well, listen, the Steelers are going down this road of mediocrity, okay? And it's going to snowball into a situation where you're never going to get out of the hole. Mike Tomlin might have winning seasons. He might have consistent winning seasons. But when you get to the playoffs and you're knocked out the first round, in my personal opinion, as an amateur, minor Steeler fan that isn't really like deep and devoted and loyal to the organization, as a Pittsburgher, I think that's ridiculous. What kind of product are you producing if you're not going to the Super Bowl? If you're not a Super Bowl contending team? If your team cannot contend, if your team cannot compete in the first round of the playoffs? In my personal opinion, Mike Tomlin has driven this team into a mental state of mediocrity. Okay, without a doubt. And everybody can come to me and say, well, Mike Tomlin's a great coach, and Mike Tomlin's this. I'm not saying he's not a great coach. Okay, I'm not degrading or basically criticizing his abilities to coach. I'm criticizing the message. I'm criticizing the effect he has on that locker room and what he has on those players. This is a team in 2025 that, from what I'm seeing as a third-party amateur fan, I'm seeing mediocrity, and I'm seeing just no results. You got a number 1 defense. You got the highest paid defense in the league. You got Aaron Rodgers. Regardless if he's 41 years old, he's still Aaron Rodgers. Okay? You have a team that has potential, that has the ability to go deep into the playoffs and be a Super Bowl contending team, but you have to have a captain. You have to have the head of the ship. You have to have somebody that's going to guide the ship to the Super Bowl. You can have all of the resources. You can have all of the people you want at your disposal. You can have the best players in the world. But if you don't have the head coach, you're not going to get anywhere. And as a hockey fan, take, for example, the 1980 Winter Olympics. You had a Team USA team with a bunch of amateur college kids, 18 to 22 years old. You had college kids. And who was the head coach? Herb Brooks. Herb Brooks took this collection of kids from the West Coast and the East Coast. He took them and made them into a uniform #1 team in the world, and they beat the Soviet Union to go to the gold medal game in the Olympics, and they won the gold medal. That's what a head coach can do. A head coach can lead an amateur team to glory, to the pinnacle. Now, has Mike Tomlin done that in the past? Yes, he has. Mike Tomlin did that against the Arizona Cardinals in 2009, and I remember that. I mean, that team was pretty solid. But regardless, that was Bill Cowher's team, and that's debatable. And many people could say, well, Logan, Bill Cowher and Mike Tomlin, okay, regardless. But Mike Tomlin has the ability to do that, which he did. He led the team to the Super Bowl against the Packers in 2011, even though that was an embarrassment. We lost that Super Bowl. And we should have won the Super Bowl in 2017 against the Eagles. But we lost the AFC Championship in 2016. But regardless, that is the past. We are in the present now. In my personal opinion, what happened yesterday was just a reflection on what I've been saying for years. But for some reason, it took the city 10 years to jump on the fire Tomlin bandwagon, which I've been calling for him to get fired for years. But for some reason, everybody's onto the bandwagon now that, oh, our eyes are open and we see the light. Oh my God, Mike Tomlin's crap. It's, I don't know what everybody was doing. I don't know where everybody was and what they were doing for the past 10 years, but hey, the writing's on the wall now. You know what I mean? When you have a city that boos Renegade. If any of yins are from anywhere in the country, Renegade is the Steelers theme song. That is the pump-up song. That is the song that they put on to get the crowd going, to get the crowd engaged and pumped up and inspired. My fans, the Pittsburgh people, were booing that song. They were booing Renegade. That's never happened in Steelers history. And they were calling for the firing of Mike Tomlin. In the stands, fire Mike Tomlin. They were chanting it yesterday. That game yesterday against the Buffalo Bills was a perfect example of what I'm talking about. And I've been seeing it for years. I don't know why, and nobody has seen it for years, because I've gotten backlash when I say fire Mike Tomlin since 2017. Everybody has basically screamed at me and said, oh, he is winning records. In my personal opinion, ever since Big Ben retired about 4 years ago, the Steelers have been absolutely mediocre. They've had no direction, they've produced no results, and they have not been able to become a playoff contending team. Not a Super Bowl contending team, a playoff contending team. And if you cannot make it past the first round, year after year after year after year, which the Steelers have shown us they can't, Mike Tomlin needs to go. Because if you have a squad like this, if you have the ability and the capability to go, then there's no excuse why the head coach can't lead that team to glory deep into the playoffs, AFC Championship, and possibly Super Bowl. There's absolutely no excuse. So if Mike Tomlin isn't fired by the end of this season or during this season, if he's not out of the Steelers organization, you might as well call the Steelers the Pirates. You might as well go down a dark era of Steelers history of losing, mediocrity, and embarrassment. Because this is a team that should not be this bad. And the Buffalo Bills game yesterday absolutely displayed that truth, that self-evident truth that the Steelers have a problem. And that problem can be solved with the firing of Mike Tomlin. So if the Steelers organization truly wants to win, and they want to be the team that they were 20 years ago again, then they have to get rid of Mike Tomlin. Not saying he's a bad coach. I'm not saying he's a bad guy. He's just he's not the right fit for this organization and this team right now. He needs to go somewhere else, and we need to get somebody new to take control of that locker room, change the message, change the direction, and lead the Steelers to an AFC Championship and a Super Bowl. To my personal opinion, Tomlin is the only thing preventing that team from getting to that level. But anyway, thank you guys very, very much for watching this video. I hope you appreciate it. I hope you like it. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want. But anyway, peace out. Have a good day.